Everybody, welcome to Cooking in Willis's Kitchen, featuring Pampered Chef products. So I'm going to show you some things I like to cook with my, or make with my Pampered Chef products, and tell you about some of my favorite stuff. Tonight we're going to do Taco Tuesday week. We're going to start by making some pico, and I'm going to start by doing that with my manual food processor. Now let me tell you a little bit about my manual food processor. It's these three parts and a lid, which I didn't get the lid out. But it's these three parts, and these parts and the lid are dishwasher safe, and this you just rinse off. It's real easy to use. You put whatever you're gonna chop inside of it, put the lid on, there's a lock on the lid, on the handle. You open the handle and then you can just use that manual food processor. So it works the same way as a big electric food processor, but it's much better size in my opinion. And I literally haven't used my a large electric food processor since I bought this. So I'm gonna start with making some pico to go with our tacos. And so I'm gonna start with the red onion, which I've already peeled. And this is how easy it is. I'm just gonna take this onion and I'm going to quarter it. I'm gonna drop the quarters of the onion inside my manual food processor. Put the top on and chop away. Now that I have my onion diced up, and I'll show you what it looks like. See how nice and finely that was diced up, and I didn't cry once. Okay, now that I've got the onion mostly chopped up, I'm gonna go ahead and put some jalapeno in it. A fourth of a jalapeno because I don't want it real spicy. And I'm just gonna throw that right in there with the onion that's already been chopped up. Okay, so now I'm using my Pampered Chef, I don't know what this is called, Pampered Chef spatula. Sometimes they have different names though for stuff, Marissa. Marissa's the camera woman in case I didn't say it. And so I'm gonna use that. I'm just gonna take the blade right out and then use the spatula to get all of the onion out and into my bowl. And so if we wanna show everybody what we have here, that's my minced onion.
Looks good.
It does. All right. Next, I'm gonna do all my tomatoes. Now, I should show you, and I should have done this before I started, but this is one of the mats that you can buy, the cutting board mats. And look how I can bend it in all kinds of different ways. It lays on your thing, and it doesn't move when you're chopping. Okay. So now I'm doing the tomatoes for it. I already did some. I'm adding more to it. So what's nice is you can put the tomatoes right inside your manual food processor and just chop them until you feel like you got them the consistency you want. You could chop them real fine or thick or however you want it in your pico. Marissa, can you show them from an inside look at what it looks like inside there? So those are some pretty well diced tomatoes. And then adding them right into my pico mix. So you could do this for a lot of different things. You know, I've chopped nuts in it before, like when I do some baking and I put nuts in brownies or cakes or different things, and I just throw my nuts in here and chop them up. You can use it for, let's see, what else have I done? I honestly, anytime I ever use an onion, it goes through the manual food processor. I don't really dice onions up from scratch anymore. Or
Maybe like berries? Could you do that? Or
you can maybe chop some berries up. It kind of depends on, I guess, what you're using them for.
You're making syrup, maybe. Or
making syrup, or like, remember when we made those strawberry scones?
oh yes.
You can maybe throw the strawberries in here and dice those up for the scones. These tomatoes smell delicious.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I don't even like tomatoes.
This is what my pico's looking like. You could serve it like this. So far it's just tomatoes and onion and jalapenos. But I'm actually going to add a little bit of salt to it. I just have some kosher salt, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little salt into it because that kind of helps the flavors all tie together. And then I've also got a lime, and I'm going to do the juice of half of the lime in it. Or if it's not very, oh, this is a good juicy one. If it's not a real juicy one, you could do like the whole lime. Or if you buy like the thing of
Lime juice.
Lime juice, you could do like, I don't know, a teaspoon or something. Kind of just, it's up to you. Not necessary, but I always add it. And then I'm gonna chop up some cilantro. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some cilantro for this. So I got, a ton of cilantro. I do not need this much. You could take it off the stem if you want, but I don't mind the stem in mine. I'm gonna use this chopper right here, which is, I've had this Pampered Chef chopper for a long time. And I like to use that to chop certain things up. I'm actually gonna kind of bunch this cilantro up. I could put it inside and then put it down. Kind of gotta be creative. All right, and then I'm just gonna chop the cilantro like this. And I want this cilantro like really, really finely chopped. Again, this is really easy. Like you could get this ready for a child and a child could hit this and have fun with it. Look at that. Look how nice and finely that cilantro is chopped. In my bowl. And then I'm gonna mix it all together. I need a little more cilantro because you know I love cilantro. Actually, look, it looks very good. I think I'm gonna leave it like it is.
It smells so good. I want to eat it now.
We're actually gonna do the cilantro lime rice next. And this rice that I'm about to make is delicious. It tastes just like the rice that you get at Chipotle. Okay, so first what you need to do is you need long grain rice. So you need about a cup and a half of rice. I'm using my Pampered Chef measuring cup. And you're gonna rinse the rice before you put it in. Nothing special. So anyway, so I got about a cup and a half of rice in here. It needs 2 cups of chicken broth. Kind of give this a little stir. And then I'm also gonna put some cilantro in it, because cilantro, it calls for 1/4 of a cup. I'm just gonna be generous because I like cilantro. It also calls for a clove of garlic. So this is my Pampered Chef garlic press. And I love this because it's high quality. I have gone through several other garlic presses before I got my garlic press from Pampered Chef. Because why not? Peel off the little peeling. You know, another trick, if you're doing a lot of cloves of garlic and you want to get the peeling off, if you have like an empty mason jar, you throw your cloves of garlic in there and you shake it and they'll come right off. Good job, Marissa.
I saw that on a Tasty video.
Well, it works. I've done it before. You know, when you're making something that needs like a lot of garlic, which is everything really. I mean,
Everything in Willis's kitchen.
I kind of want to put a second clove in this.
Yeah, I
one.
was just thinking that.
Let's put a second clove in. Why not? Throw it right in there. Squeeze it right through. Clear it off with the knife, and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some cilantro and put it in here, and then I'll get back with you guys when I put it in the actual quick cooker, okay? So here I put it inside of my quick cooker, turn the top, and change the setting to the rice setting. And I love it. It only takes 4 minutes to cook rice. And hit start. That's it. I'm gonna make some guacamole now, okay? So, gonna go ahead and get my avocados, cut around them. This one feels perfect on the outside. Oh, it looks pretty good. Gonna get the little nub. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I always call it, is the little nub at the top, like the stem. I don't know. And then before I did these avocados, I actually already used my manual food processor to go ahead and do some more red onion, and I threw jalapeno in with it. If you wanted to, if you're just making a small batch of guacamole, like maybe 1 avocado's worth, you can actually throw all your ingredients in the manual food processor and combine it all together. Since I'm making a little bit larger quantity of guacamole, just combine it all in my bowl, and I'm gonna use a fork to mash it, because that's kind of some of the fun of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a fork to this and just start mashing all the avocados together.
Shout out to Zeke.
Yes, shout out to my brother Zeke, who saved me in my time of need. The avocados that I purchased to make this guacamole with are not ripe, and I tried to ripen them, but they just need a little more time. They might be ready tomorrow, but they aren't ready today, and that's when I need them. So I've got my avocados pretty well mashed. And then what I did in here is just some red onion and
Jalapeno.
I'm not going to put all this in because I wasn't sure exactly how many avocados Zeke was going to provide for me. So I'm just going to add in like a scoop and a half of that mixture and then kind of stir it in, see what it looks like. I always kind of do everything with, when it comes to guac, it's all kind of just to taste or really to look, in my opinion. So add a little more.
Smells good.
Just a couple more ingredients. I've got some kosher salt. Sprinkle some of that in. Last two ingredients for the guacamole are some lime juice. I'm gonna do an entire lime, just because it makes it taste so good. And then I'm gonna sprinkle in some of that cilantro. Looks good. Okay, and then in this video, you're gonna see me use a couple more of my favorite Pampered Chef items. I couldn't talk while I was doing it because of the sound of the sizzling. So anyways, what you see me doing here is I'm using the mix and chop to help brown my meat. And so as I'm making my hamburger meat, I am mixing and chopping it, and it's making it nice ground beef for the tacos. You'll see I got two different pans because I do have some family members who like taco meat without seasoning, so that's totally fine. And then what's nice about the pans that I'm using, those are my Pampered Chef pans as well. You can see the handle there, the little lever down at the bottom of the handle, that helps the handle detach. And then you can actually take the handle off and they fit really nice and easy in your dishwasher wherever you want to wash them. Okay, here's the finished product of what I served, what I made tonight with my Pampered Chef things. So you can see the top left corner, that's the guacamole that I made. And I went ahead and put the seeds back in. That helps it stay fresher longer. On the top right is actually a fruit salad Marissa made in between takes while I was making all the other food. In the middle on the left, that's the cilantro lime rice that we made. And on the middle on the right is some of the pico de gallo or salsa that we made. And on the bottom is the ground beef with the taco seasoning. If you want any of these recipes, just let me know. I don't really have exact measurements for a lot of things, but I can try and help you out. And make sure that you check out the Pampered Chef catalog this week, because any of these items that you saw me use in this video are all still available, and I highly recommend that you invest in some Pampered Chef.